David Feherty, who joins us from the old court. Well, no. Where are you right now?
I'm in the toilet.
Because?
Well, it's the most spacious area of my room, Dan, here in St. Andrews. And, what can you expect for $1,500 a night in Scotland at this time?
Is it a historical toilet?
It's actually very nicely appointed, and it's not the sort of Victorian plumbing that you might expect. It's been done up.
How's the old course going to hold up this week?
It depends on the wind, Dan, which is, perhaps I better rephrase that given where I am. It has blown pretty strongly today, and if we get that breeze, the crosswinds, it could hold up pretty well because it's hard and it's fast. And that's exactly the way you want to see St. Andrews play. It's burnt out in places, it's in beautiful condition, but it needs the wind.
You remember the last time you played that course?
I remember the last time I played it in competition.
Yeah.
Yes.
How'd you do?
I was the captain of the Irish side that won the Dunhill Cup, which was then the three-man world team championship. And oddly enough, the last time I was in this hotel, I was looking for a ball. Having won the Dunhill Cup in 1990, the Irish team collectively decided to play the last hole at 3:00 in the morning. And I managed to hit it straight right off the 18th tee into the Rusacks Marine Hotel, which is where I'm staying, and broke a window on the ground floor. So that's one of my lasting memories of St. Andrews.
What would be your headline right now going into the Open Championship?
Wow. The headline. Well, there's a couple of players there that you've got to really think about. And Will Zalatoris is one of them. He's played so incredibly well in the majors. Matthew Fitzpatrick, having won the US Open is from. But to be honest, I really like Dustin Johnson this week. I was watching him on the range today, and he played well the last time out in the LIV event. And he's as hungry as I've seen him for a long time. He fell outside the top 10 in the world there, and he doesn't like that at all. He's such a talented player, so long. He's got everything that a player would need to win here at St. Andrews.
What do you think would be the story or the fallout if Dustin Johnson did win this as a member of the LIV Tour?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's impossible to say. It has legs. There's no question about that, Dan. This is a tour that's not going to go away. So one way or the other, they're going to have to find a way to deal with it, whether or not, they incorporate it into, where the wraparound season is, or, there's been various ideas floated out, to ignore it completely, to incorporate it somehow. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. It really is up in the air.
Yeah, I just wonder if can you embrace it, because it feels like they want to keep taking players away. They're going to go from 8 tour events to 14 tour events.
Yes.
So it feels like it's going to be harder to work in conjunction with the PGA Tour, like a partnership.
Well, we have that wraparound series where there's about maybe 16 weeks where the top events in the or the top players in the world don't play those events. So there's that potential gap in the schedule where, this may fit in. That's the only possibility I can see. When they run these events concurrently with the PGA Tour and DP World Tour and the other professional tours around the world, I don't know how that's going to work.
We're talking to David Feherty, joining us from his bathroom. I think you're sitting on the toilet, on the loo. On the loo. Tiger had this event circled. He's won it twice there. Why does this course fit Tiger Woods?
Every course fits Tiger Woods, but this one, I think he just loves it so much. He loves the place. He fell in love with it the first time that he played with it with his father. It's a magical event in a magical town, and Scottish and Irish and some English and Welsh golf, golf in the British Isles. They have these courses where the town has actually grown up around the golf course. St Andrews is a really good example of it. Prestwick is another. Where the town actually wraps its arms around it. When somebody says St Andrews, you don't think of the university, you think of the golf course. And it's such an integral part of the culture. And I think he fell in love with that the first time he came here.
And you bring up a great point. You really have to embrace this kind of style of golf, because if you try to fight it, it's going to come back and bite you.
Yeah, I mean, Rory McIlroy hated the place the first time he came out and played here, and gradually just grew to love it. Everyone who comes here, if you come here often enough, you'll fall in love with the place. There's this kind of a mystique to St Andrews that doesn't exist anywhere else. If you're out first thing in the morning, when there's still a little mist in the air and the shadows are filling the hollows and the swales and the shadows in the bunkers, whatever, it really is. You can imagine that they've been playing golf here since the 1400s. This golf course was designed by sheep.
You once said the world's number one tennis player spends 90% of his time winning, while the world's number one golfer spends 90% of his time losing. Golfers are great losers. Do you have to almost, I don't know if it's like a relief pitcher, where you may go in and you may give up a home run and then you got to come back the next day? Like, you have to forget about that? Your thoughts on that?
You do. I don't think there's another game that forces you to live in the present more than golf. If you let your mind wander back to what has happened, or if you let your mind wander forwards to what you hope will happen, you're not paying attention to the here and now. And it's those players that can, focus on the space that they occupy, and concentrate on just the actual physical act of whether, not worrying where the ball is going to go, where it might go here, it might go there. Just pay attention to the actual act itself, and to do that, you have to stay in the present.
What's the strangest thing you ever thought of while you were playing, standing over a shot?
Oh, wow, that is a large catalog right there. Yeah, the strangest thing I ever thought of, I don't know. There's been a few. I remember standing over a putt to win in South Africa, and I was wondering what my at the time wife, now ex-wife, thank you to God, was up to. Which wasn't a great thought, and I did miss the putt.
Wait, you were wondering what your ex-wife was doing at the time, perhaps?
Yes, and I was wondering what she was doing it with.
But she got half of your second place check, didn't she?
No, she got all of it.
I didn't mean to bum you out. I was just curious if.
No, believe me, it's the best thing ever happened to me.
She missed the cut.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm still going.
What are you doing with these events, these 9-hole skin matches? What was the genesis for this?
Well, the genesis for it, and we call them the Feherty Classics, which is massive hyperbole, for the event that is. It's just nine-hole skins game. And we've just done 2 of them. One in Ottawa with Daniel Alfredson, the Ottawa Senator legend up there, with Ben Roethlisberger and with Emmett Smith. And then we had Ben and Emmett in Toronto with Curtis Joseph. And we play a 9-hole skins game. We raise $50,000 for charity. I do an interview on stage of the 4 guys. Pat Perez is the PGA Tour player. And it's 3 against 1 in the skins game. They all try to beat Pat. And, these are some pretty good players. They have no chance against a PGA Tour player in the skins game. I think of the 18 holes that we've played so far, Pat has won 12 or 13, I think it is. And And then I do about 45 minutes of stand-up at the end of the evening. So that's it came to about because I did a similar event with Tiger down at Blue Jack Golf Club, which I think was the first course that he designed. And he and Mark O'Meara played a little exhibition match, and I did some commentary on the golf course, with lavalier mics and speakers on cards, so people could hear the banter between them. So it's really been a lot of fun.
Who was your idol, comedy-wise, growing up? Do you model yourself after anybody?
I'd have to say Billy Connolly, the great Scottish comedian. If you Google him, you'll see Billy Connolly, but also, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, people that were on television even when I was growing up. My comedy career has been over the last 7 years only. I never thought that it would happen. And I played, around 200 gigs now around the country in smaller theaters to, crowds sort of between 600 and 1,500 people. And around golf tournaments, I try to organize them in the general vicinity. So I've got kind of a captive audience for the sort of corporate entertainment that that kind of event offers.
It's great to talk to you. Hope you're doing well, and be on your best behavior.
You know it, Dan. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. And flush.
Yeah, hang on. Oh, no, it's a floater.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, bud.
Thanks, buddy. See you soon, I hope.
That might be a first, I'm guessing.